10.
Sometimes you have to be a little bit scared. It's okay to be scared that this is a dangerous substance.
To try and curb dangerous drug use over the summer, a local high school is holding an assembly. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. The biggest concern is that a young person dying from trying drugs just one time. So the superintendent of DGF school says he needs to do something before kids are out for the summer.
So he's partnering with the Cass County Drug Task Force to talk to kids about fentanyl, heroin, and peer pressure during an assembly on Friday. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson explains.
It's younger and younger. Things that I'd never seen before, and I've never seen heroin, I've never seen fentanyl patches, not that kind of stuff.
Alicia Johnson is trying to decide what age she should start talking to her daughter about drugs.
It seems like it's everywhere.
Kids, teenagers tend to think that we're going to live forever.
Superintendent Brian Tygeson wants to prepare kids for the summer.
You could be making a decision that you will not be able to recover from.
On Friday, students at DGF will hear from Drug Task Force members about the reality of fentanyl, heroin, and other dangerous drugs in our community.
It isn't that there are a lot of crimes going on in schools nowadays. We just know that there are opportunities for people to make poor decisions. And so we're trying to make sure that we provide much education.
The DGF school district isn't aware of any heroin or fentanyl use going on inside of their schools, but other districts are, and so they're trying to prevent it.
The SROs do such a fantastic job of building relationships with students. And that's some of the reason that we're finding out about how vulnerable some of these students are and some of the poor choices that they're making.
While kids are home for the summer, Tygeson says parents should watch for any changes in their kids and have good conversations.
Junior high is when I was introduced to even anything, so I was thinking that, but I think a lot of kids are seeing things sooner now.
In Dilworth, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The assembly will be for grades 7 through 12 on Friday morning and will be broken down into 2 groups to provide different age-appropriate information.
A mom who lost her Fargo daughter to an opioid addiction last August is in Washington, D.C., trying to fight back. Shelly Elkington is joining Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota and sharing her daughter's story in hopes of finding solutions for others still struggling.
If we really start working together on reducing that stigma, more people will seek out the help they need sooner. And I think that's part of the problem with the prescription drugs, and I know it was with Casey. She took medication that was prescribed to her. So when that addiction came, she didn't see herself as an addict at all. In fact, it took a very long time for me to really convince her of that. And that's when she said...
Elkington helped Senator Klobuchar pass the CARA Act, which promotes treatment and recovery while trying to find strategies to the opioid crisis. All 7 crew members made it out safely today when a B-52 bomber from the Minot Air Force Base crashed shortly after takeoff. This happened in Guam. The plane, as you can see, did catch fire. The United States Air Force says the bomber was part of military's continuous bomber presence in the Pacific.
A big disappointment for Moorhead today and supporters of a project that many feel is crucial. The State House bonding bill was released minus funding for the 21st Street Underpass. As Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons reports, supporters are asking why.
This rail crossing at 21st Street in Moorhead is labeled as one of the most dangerous in the state. And the Minnesota DOT has recognized that.
Our underpass is really the #1 Minnesota DOT priority. So it makes no sense logically that it should not be in that.
Mayor Williams says the project was cut from the bonding bill because lawmakers wanted a smaller and less costly bill.
I know it's a bigger cost than the other ones, but it's much more complicated than the other ones are. And
to get the railroad bridges and the car bridges or the vehicle bridges, there's 3 separate bridges, so it's a $40 million project.
Moorhead's fire chief says he's very disappointed. He says the project has long been talked about.
Nothing's been done in 21 years, and here's a great opportunity. The ground has been laid. All we need is somebody to write the check.
The chief says that tests have proven an underpass would lower emergency response time significantly, so not having the underpass makes this a case of life and death.
the people that really suffer are the citizens, because we're the ones that suffer the consequences of the political decisions.
In Moorhead, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
Mayor Williams says the underpass appears done for this legislative session, but she encourages Moorhead residents to reach out to lawmakers and let them know how important this project is.
North Dakota's Superintendent of Public Instruction says no child left behind has been replaced. Kirsten Baszler met with teachers in Fargo today to explain that there's a new plan called Every Student Succeeds. North Dakota will create the plan that will allow the state to determine its own measures for success and quality schools.
Each time that standards are updated and improved, it impacts our students by helping them stay current on what their future needs will be for them as they enter into the work world or military or career or college.
Baszler's meeting with educators from other school districts in the east, including Wahpeton, Jamestown, and Grand Forks.
The questions keep coming at Xcel Energy concerning recent power outages. Representatives went before public service commissioners in Bismarck to go over millions of dollars in improvements in the Fargo-Moorhead area. In less than a month, 24,000 customers have been affected by the outages. Xcel is replacing underground cable that faulted in Fargo and adding devices that can reroute power during outages. Commissioner Brian Kalk says the next step is to simply execute these plans.
The challenge is I just don't know why it performs that way. And the frustration, I think, is part of it, that you do the good work and these things still happen. And so I think when you look at the solutions, I think you've got the plan laid out there. We just have to continue to execute it.
The Public Service Commission will meet again with Xcel Energy next month for an update on the plans.
The danger is past for now. What started as a controlled burn near Glendon, Minnesota, blew out of control, causing hundreds of acres to go up in fire. It took several hours before the crews knocked it down. The area is being monitored overnight to make sure it doesn't get out of control again. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic has the story.
Somebody was doing a controlled burn here and had called it in.
Bill Berquist says controlled burns like this one happen more often than you think.
They do this every year, and just sometimes things happen.
Nature Conservancy started the controlled burn, but quickly called for help when it spread due to high wind speeds. 2 volunteer fire departments and the Minnesota DNR all rushed to help as the fire was spreading north. They worked for over 3 hours to help contain the fire before it reached the house just north of the burn. The family living in the house was evacuated safe and sound, all thanks to volunteer firemen who have to balance fighting fires along with working a day job.
They all have jobs, and sometimes their jobs are quite a ways away from where the fire trucks are, so it does take some time to get out here.
Keeping us all safe and sound. In Glendon, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
There were reports tonight of that fire flaring up near the Buffalo River State Park. It turned out to be a controlled fire by the DNR that remains under control.